Now, first up this morning, graduation from college is a proud day for any young man. But for Ivan Fahy, it's particularly special. He collected his degree this October at NUI Galway wearing a pair of very high heels. The 21-year-old, who is an androgynous model, said he wanted to express himself on his special day. And he joins us on the panel this morning wearing the same high heels. Ivan, you're very welcome to the panel. You're a size 8, I take it.
Yeah, size 8. Thanks for having me on the show.
Not at all, my pleasure. Now, this all happened in October. You wanted to break with tradition, you know, on this graduation day. You didn't want to be wearing the robe. You wanted to, because this was the first time that you'd worn, I think, high heels. Was it to college?
In a public space, yeah.
In a public space. Now, was it about breaking with tradition, or was it kind of, look at me, I'm stealing the spotlight today?
Well, I suppose I sort of knew that I would get some attention because I'm very tall anyway, and that I knew I'd be the only one there in high heels. But I did want to break tradition because very many people, they just, you know, abide by the norms. They wear their suits if they're male and the dress if they're female. And I said, you know, if I'm going to graduate exactly how I want to, I have to do it this way. And I've started to do androgynous modelling as well. So I said, why am I not going to be how I am in my photos in real life as well? Because I think if I wasn't to do that, I'd be hiding and I'd be shaming myself. And I said, no, people will see me exactly how I am, whether I know them or not, whether they're college heads or not. I said I'd be proud of myself because I studied hard for those 3 years, and I said I'd graduate in my high heels and I'd look back on it and say, well done me, you know, to do it, because it was quite a brave thing to do, and I was 21. So I look back and I'll say, yay, well done me for doing it.
And describe, just for people at home who might be kind of going, well, what does he mean by androgyny? You like to express yourself as a male and a female. So you feel like a man, but you like to look like a woman as well.
Well, androgyny means you have masculine and feminine qualities. And I believe all humans have both. But society says you have to suppress one and exaggerate the other. So you have to be a manly man or a girly girl. And I say, be who you want. Some days I would be quite masculine, next days be quite feminine. I don't want to be female, but I want to be able to be myself. I'm my own version of a man. You know, be a man, be a man. That's what we hear every day, be a man, be a man. I'm my own version of a man. That means some days I'll put on high heels and I'll be a model and I'll look like female, and then the next day I'll just wear trackies and I'll be normal downtown, you know what I mean? So I sort of don't want to limit myself and restrict who I can be and what I can be and what I can do. So I say, I'll just go for it, and I don't care what people think. I have to care about what I think first, and just be brave and hope that the visibility I create can help others as well, because you know, it's difficult for LGBT young people anywhere in the world, but especially in Ireland as well, to be themselves, especially transgender young people. And so I'm just saying, forget norms, forget the binary, dress how you want, be who you are. We're all human.
And how did it go down with your folks? I mean, your mum looked pretty proud there in the picture anyway. I'm sure, because you graduated, was it a degree in psychology?
A degree in psychology and sociology politics from NUI Galway. And so proud.
What did your parents think about the whole thing?
Totally fine. I remember I was saying to my mum, you know what, Mum, I think I'm going to graduate in high heels. And she was like, okay. But then she said, you know what, I did raise you to be strong and brave. So I was like, well, that was all I needed to hear, you know what I mean? She raised me to be this way, so she can't sort of say, don't do it. So she let me do what I want, and she stood by me. My mom, my sister, my dad were there, and I saw them in the graduation hall as I stood up in my high heels, and I was waving to them, and they were smiling. And it was a moment for me and my family more than anything else. It was just for us, you know what I mean, to get on the stage, because my parents do have a gay son, and they're proud of me regardless. And I'm also androgynous, and I do this type of modelling, and it's totally fine. And my sister thinks it's cool, and all her friends as well. So,
anyone else want to get in on the panel?
I just want to say well done, Ivan.
Thank you.
Well done, because I mean, graduation ceremonies by definition are very traditional.
Yeah.
And they're very homogenous. Everybody looks the same. But I also know from previous experience, I used to host a radio problem show in the West for young people on a Sunday night. And one of the problems that I would hear over and over again was the issue of being a young LGBT person in a rural community and so on, which NUI Galway is kind of the major city catchment area.
Definitely.
So for you to have done what you've done sends out, you know, for young people watching and listening, you know, just well done. Fair play to you.
Thank you very much.
What about you, Tina?
I'm just, are you happier being male or female, or it's just on the day, as you say, you don't care?
I'm happiest being Ivan. And I suppose in that sense, I'm not limited by gender, so I'm just Ivan. I was born male and identify as male.
Yes.
So my name is Ivan, I go by male pronouns he, him, his, but I don't see why I can't pop on a pair of heels for a few minutes, take a few pictures, and then have runners. So it's not that I'm happier being either. I just need to be able to decide for myself.
Yes.
I want my own autonomy, my own permission. You know, I'll decide what I wear, how I look.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's not really a question of being male or female. It's just being how I want to be.
Well, I would be totally in agreement. Yeah. Obviously, I don't go by the norm either. And I think people that don't go by the norm and can be themselves are so much more interesting because, you know, life is dull enough. It's lovely to have a bit of colour in it. Now, but you are gay?
Yeah.
So, but you would like to marry later on or whatever?
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. Yeah,
and
great.
with the upcoming referendum on marriage equality, you know, I have my whole life to spend in this country.
Yes.
You know, and I want, if I meet someone that I love to be able to marry them.
Absolutely.
Yes,
You know
exactly.
what I mean? And
which is where Dill's coming from as well. Over to Dill.
And this is the thing, you know, because I haven't showed his shoes and there's my shoes, you know.
Yes.
So there you go. I'm on the other side of the coin, I suppose, because and it's so funny because it took me decades to be able to dress the way I dress, you know. I remember wearing shirts when I was, 17, 18 years. So I always steal my dad's shirts. But I always made sure that I compensated. I had the makeup or had the hair, you know. But over the years, I've been able to get to this place where, you know what, I will walk out and I will shop in men's department stores, which is going to be really interesting.
Are you trying to say you're androgynous as well? No. Are you trying to steal Ivan's limelight?
I'm not. I'm just saying that just like Ivan, there's many of us.
Yeah.
Just because I was born female and identify as female, it doesn't mean that I have to dress like you guys do. There's different types of
like
women.
A Christmas tree.
Yeah, I know. With
we all like
sequins
to
that
change it
reverse.
up a bit. You know, no one fits the norm.
Yeah.
A lot of women's wear now is becoming quite open in the sense that women can wear sort of masculine clothing and get away with it, boyfriend jumpers and all this kind of, all the boyfriend jeans, you know. But for men, it's still quite limited, you know.
Yeah.
And a high heel is still such a powerful symbol, and it's like, for it to be on the foot of a man, it's quite controversial.
If I had only known you were a size 8, I have so many size 8 shoes at home that I'm getting with big high heels.
Wow.
Give me your
How
address.
many pairs do you have now?
Close to 20.
And you started, and it's been a year now since you started.
Yeah, so I
buying
started in January 2013. I had my first photo shoot that April, and then in November I was on the cover of GCN Gay Community News, which is Ireland's #1 LGBT magazine.
And how does it go down in the gay scene when you walk into the George? I mean, I'm sure there are some people that kind of.
Well, you see, it's tricky because some people might say, "Oh, that person's trans or a cross-dresser," or see, very few people would first think of androgynous. It's not really known a lot. So that's why I sort of say, you know, I'm androgynous. Androgyny is what I do. I say that androgyny is my art. You know, it's my particular art. You know, it's androgyny to break gender norms and to present myself kind of gender ambiguously, where you're like, is that boy or girl? Who knows?
And that's increasingly popular in fashion as well. I mean, Casey Legler is a female model who primarily models as a man. You know, and very often when you see so-called beautiful faces, the bone structure and all the rest of it, it's actually quite androgynous. You can't necessarily tell
it is,
whether...
but you see, looking at you today, if you had a jacket on, only the boobies are missing. If you had a jacket on, I'd just, and keep going. Keep going. Equally with you, you're going to have a problem fairly shortly when the bumper runs.
Okay. Listen, did you see, while we're on this topic, I'm just wondering if anyone saw this week, when 19-year-old Elizabeth Ann Bogert decided to start identifying as a man, his parents reacted in an innovative, witty and touching way. The proud parents took out a second ad in the local newspaper, retracting their previous birth announcement after their son informed them they previously got the sex wrong. The note reads, in 1995, we announced the arrival of our sprocket, Elizabeth Ann, as a daughter. He informs us that we were mistaken. Whoops, our bad. We would now like to present our wonderful son, Kai Bogert. Loving you is the easiest thing in the world. Now tidy your room.
Amazing.
That's pretty cool, I have to say, isn't it?
That's gorgeous. I mean, I think if everybody was loved like that, they'd be feeling pretty great.
It's just to have the flexibility. Like I said, gender is such a flexible thing, and the parents were willing to give their child the space to say, look, this is how I feel, and they were willing to go with that without asking questions and saying you can't, and they did it publicly too in the newspaper, and I don't think anyone would mind. And now that child feels my parents love me and respect me, and the community will too, and they can get on with the rest of their life. It's great.
But the reality, not all families are as supportive as Ivan's are, or that family, and that's a reality we need to be aware of, and that's why things like marriage equality is so important. Look, my parents, they kicked me out of the family home when they found out I was gay at the age of 17. So this is the reality. So if the more people like Ivan come out and go to their graduating ceremony in their high heels, the more inclusive this world will be. So, here.
Yes, it doesn't matter what you are. Your child is your child, and people are way too past remarkable. They should mind their own bloody business and let you get on with your life. I mean, if they look at their life.
And I also think you free the world up a bit for everyone, because gender is quite a stranglehold in people's lives. And as you pointed out quite rightly, we're told to aspire to either male or female when most of us are a combination of both. So I mean, I think
to fail then.
Absolutely.
In that way.
So just allowing people to embrace the full range of themselves.
Will you sport a men's suit at some point?
I would love to. I have suits.
Let's do that.
We have a gender swapping show.
Oh my God!
There we go. Well, listen, thanks very much for that, Ivan, and thanks very much for coming on the panel
Thank you as
today.
well. Thanks.
Okay.